Thank you for joining us on Merit Matters, a virtual series highlighting current events, industry experts, and local community engagement. I'm your host, Tammy Birklid, Principal of Merit Construction. This month, we're doing a special mini-series to highlight gratitude. I've asked a few team members to join in my journey exploring gratitude in the workplace, at home, and as a whole. Today, I have one of Merit's project managers, Adam Coleman, speaking with me. Adam recently had his 2-year anniversary at Merit and is someone I'm incredibly grateful to have on our team. He is always willing to step up when we need him and catches on quickly to any role he is needed in. Enjoy the podcast. Adam, thank you so much for joining me today. I am excited to be able to talk to staff and people that I work with every day, as opposed to when I'm doing the podcast, I'm learning all about a person and that's fun, but I really love the opportunity to talk to somebody that I work with all the time and talk about such a great topic, gratitude.
Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it.
So I have a couple questions for you, as you know, and I'm excited to hear what your feedback is. Gratitude is I guess at this time of year, it's something that we really focus on, Thanksgiving and identifying what things we're thankful for. That's something that obviously comes up during that time. But I think it's really important to have a positive, grateful attitude all the time. It's something that I feel like you exhibit. I'm always thinking that you're coming to the table with the best possible attitude about things and trying to come up with solutions. And I think that's just a gift that you have, always professional, always positive, and I really appreciate that about you. So, yeah, absolutely. One thing I wanted to ask is, tell me about one thing that you're grateful for that has happened in the last year.
Yeah, well, that's been a lot going on over the last year. It has been a difficult last couple of years for everyone, for sure. So I'd have to say that I'm very grateful that my family has managed their way through the past year with very little health issues. We've been very lucky, and I'm very thankful for that. A lot of people haven't been so lucky, so it's really nice to know that my family's been safe and everybody's healthy right now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been through so much, and really, we've been lucky, I think, overall as a company. We've largely escaped really being too much affected by COVID, although everyone knows someone who has been adversely affected. And I know your wife, working in the medical field, she's been dealing with it head on a daily basis for a long time.
She has, right in the middle of it.
Yeah, so grateful for your wife and all of the people that are on the front line of that. I think about how afraid of it I was at the beginning. If you remember, we had our very first situation at your project, Capital Christian, and I was terrified at that time. Like, we just didn't know enough about it. This was, at the very beginning of it. And we thought that there was a possibility of an outbreak. And it was just like all hands on deck, bleaching everything and just, really afraid. And I mean, it's like we know a lot more about it now. And so that's helpful. But I can't imagine how I felt then. And your wife and other people were just going in and facing it like I was way on the outside of it. I remember I didn't even go on the inside of the fence that day because I was so afraid of it. Yet, Jenny is going and actually like touching people and helping people that are infected.
Yeah, it's been a difficult thing. She's been very busy, but I would say, just talking to her about COVID and what's going on there, and then talking to her about how Merit handles everything. Merit has a lot to be proud of. As a company, we've handled it very well. Like you said, we've had very little to any issues, and the issues that did pop up were managed quickly and did not spread. So even the medical side, at least the side that I'm involved with, has had nothing but kudos for the way Merritt's handled the situation from the beginning, and it has been scary. I mean, we knew nothing, and
Yeah.
now almost 2 years later, it's almost the norm. So
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's like mask everywhere, checking our temperature, all of those things that we've been doing since the beginning. So grateful for our safety coordinator for that. She's done a great job making sure that we have everything we need as we go. Grateful for her also.
Yes.
So another thing I guess I would ask, what's been a hard lesson for you that you're actually grateful to have learned?
Yeah, another good question. I'd have to say a difficult lesson that I learned very young, that I learned from my parents, that was that hard work will always pay off and would allow me to achieve the goals that I had for myself and the things I wanted to do, and that anything that I achieve through hard work is going to be much more valuable and rewarding than anything that is just given to me. It's not always an easy lesson to learn because, especially when you're a kid, because working hard never appears to be the simple or fastest way to get anything. But I was very lucky. I had very good parents, and they worked very hard and led by example. And if anybody ever needed help, they were there to help. So I had a very good upbringing, very good teachers, because that's not a lesson that's easy to learn or easy to teach. So I was very fortunate for that at a young age.
I think that's such a great lesson and such a great thing. I think it's hard sometimes, you know, if you're watching your children struggle a little bit, it's hard. The thing to do, even for parents, it's not the easiest thing to do.
Right.
It's hard to watch your kids struggle and you want to just fix it and just take care of it. And that's feels like that's what your job is as a parent. But your parents had it right, that it's so important to work for it. And it's so important to figure out how to be a good problem solver. I mean, that's one of the things that I said about you right off the bat, was about that you're solution oriented. You're coming to the table with an idea and you're going to figure it out. And you don't get that if you haven't had to deal with issues. Like, you don't know how to deal with a problem. Something comes up and you're turning your head looking for your parents to come and solve it.
Right. Right. And it is, I mean, it really is a rewarding thing. I can think of some of the accomplishments I've had, uh, in sports, in professionally, in college, stuff like that. And I look back on that, and to see those achievements and being like, oh, I achieved that, or we achieved that. It feels so much better than just things that have just fallen in my lap, in the past. So it really is rewarding when you put in the work and you get that reward out of it at the end.
Yeah, I think for sure it's like having earned it, feeling the satisfaction, not necessarily pride, but just, having earned it is a really cool feeling inside, feeling like you deserve it. And the only way that you can feel that way is to have worked hard. So I like that. That's good. So you have a question for me as well.
I do. Yeah, this is kind of goes along with your role as a leader, and I mean, not just at work, but in the community as well, because you do so much in the community. But the question I have is, how do you think gratitude can or should be used to increase engagement and productivity?
Well, I think that people need that feeling of accomplishment. They need to feel like they're valued. They need to feel like they're known. And I think that demonstrating that you're grateful to them is motivating. I think that automatically, if you show appreciation, there's going to be an increase in productivity. It's a natural reaction to want to accomplish things in a positive way. I think even team members have that same opportunity to lift other people up, say positive things about them. And you almost sometimes in cases you're living up to what people are saying. You're like, I don't want to let other people down. This person depends on me. This person is grateful for me. They value me. I want to live up to how great they think I am. I've never been a person to think that discipline was the route to go, or that, pointing out someone's shortcomings. We work on a strength-based philosophy. Whatever your strengths are, you bring those to the table. Everyone at our work knows that I have weaknesses, and I hire to cover the gaps that I have. And so I bring different people on board so that the weaknesses I have those strengths. They're just a super critical part of the team. And I think just having everyone know that I really depend on them and value them, it makes them want to do more. I think it's kind of silly, but it's like the whole, you get more with honey.
Yeah.
You get more bees with honey or whatever. I think that's real and true. It needs to be genuine. It needs to be genuine gratefulness and genuine approval and appreciation. But I'm very lucky. I have a lot of really fabulous people, and so it's easy, to come up with great things to say and great ways to be appreciative. So, yeah, I just think if you're grateful, why would you leave it unsaid? It needs to be, people need to know, and then knowing that someone appreciates you, I think it's just absolutely going to lead to you wanting to do more and wanting to do better.
Yeah, I would agree. And I would think everybody at Merit would agree that you're very good at it. And we thank you for that. You're very, very good at showing your gratitude and your appreciation for us. And it definitely, I'd say, keeps us engaged and productive. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's easy because we have really great people. And sometimes I can get caught up in, the trouble of a project. We talk about what we've been through in the last year, and we've had a couple difficult projects. We've had some long wait times. We've had some challenging things, and I think sometimes it's really easy to be grateful, and sometimes it's definitely more challenging. I think we came into 2021 hard, thinking, okay, 2020's over, so excited for 2021. And so
Right.
far it's been a dud. It has not been something I would say was easy to be grateful for. But we had each other, and we tried to stay positive, and we tried to lift each other up where we could and pointed out the positive things and what we did well, even though things were hard. And we have a great team. So lots to be grateful for, even in the hard times.
That's right. We all survived it, and we'll all see 2022, which is going to be better.
Absolutely. I'm really thinking that 2022 is going to be out of this world. So I look forward to that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's the only question I had for you.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate it, and I loved hearing your perspective.
All right. Thanks.